Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. So this month I'm doing a challenge with Dawn over at Scrapbook Sage. Anybody can join this challenge if you want to. It's hashtag 12 by 12 Junk Journal Challenge 2025. And I'm the lead for this month. And I've decided to do a black and white journal. And this is the fabric that I'm going to use. I did gesso the top, or the cover rather, and it's still a little bit wet. So I'm going to keep that aside for now. And this is going to go on the cover, and this is going to go in the middle. So while that's still drying, I'm going to go ahead and cover these here. So this is actually comic book board, and I bought it for my fabric because for those of you that don't know, I also make quilts. And somebody had asked me to make a quilt for them, and then life happened, and they didn't want it anymore. So I have all this black and white fabric, which is okay because I love to make quilts, and I just make them at random for nobody in particular unless somebody requests one. So I have all that fabric now, and I need to do something with it because I've been hanging on to it for a year now, and it's just sitting there collecting dust. But the comic book boards, where they come into play is once the fabric is not enough to keep on the roll, or the bolt rather, I put them on comic book boards because I store most of my fabric in filing cabinets, and then this way it's all on its side, and so I can just see at a glance what I'm looking for, or something that's gonna catch my eye, because I prefer to use fabric on my journal covers, just because not every time, but like 9 times out of 10, if I'm using paper for my covers, I have not figured out how to make it so it doesn't crack. If anybody has any suggestions on that, I will be more than happy to try them out. But in the meantime, I printed one too many. But in the meantime, I'm just going to continue to use fabric for my covers. So I kind of want that centered with the rest of it. So we're just going to tear off about that much. Actually, I'm just going to put a pencil mark there so we can then move it over here, because I could use what I'm not using there. Okay, so we're just going to, and it doesn't even have to be straight. It just has to be enough to cover that piece there. I'm also doing a couple other collaborations, and they're kind of going to get put into one at the end, which is why I'm making a journal. One of the other collaborations is a digital from a woman, Becky Bokern, I think is how you pronounce her last name. I'm not going to link her in this because it's a different challenge, but that's the digitals that will be used in that challenge. And then the other challenge is hosted by Hazel Annika Designs. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And hers is Masterboard, or March Masterboard Madness is what hers is. And again, I'm not going to link her because that's a completely different video. But all three of those will end up to be this one journal, and I'm really excited. One of the challenges that I'm doing, the woman that hosts that challenge did a black and white journal last year. I think it was back in November, and I was curious as to how that was going to come out because of the digital that we were using, and I was like, why is she making that black and white? But she made it black and white, all the digital prints for the pages, and then all the ephemera she did in color. And since I have all this black and white fabric, I figured why not? And I'm sure everyone has heard of Kerry the Crafter. I was going to try and do his challenge, but I just have so much stuff to do that, and I'm not getting close to the edge because I always mess that up. So I get just as close as I'm comfortable with, and then I glue the rest of it down. Okay. And I flipped my board over here so you could see what I'm doing, because the other side is the white. And this will be done in stages just because I live out in the middle of nowhere and it takes so long to upload a video. So the shorter it is, the quicker it takes to upload. And so the signatures will be the next video, and then any videos after that will be ephemera and page decorating. So that's that. And then at the end of the month will be the reveal of the whole thing. Okay, and sometimes it will hang over the edge there. That actually looks pretty good. But sometimes it hangs over a lot. And I think it's not going to do that, so I don't have to explain that. But if that one piece, I didn't cut it short enough to cover that, and it hangs over the edge, I just snip that edge off. Okay. This digital here came from Debbie over at Ink and Page. And as a matter of fact, that woman that did the black and white journal, that it's not this particular digital kit, but Debbie at Ink and Page was gracious enough to let us use one of her digitals for the month of November for the How Do You Do Art collaboration. And that journal that I made for the month of March is actually going to be my 1,000 subscriber giveaway journal. And I'm at 562 the last time I looked. So kind of close. We're getting there. We're getting there. So I'm excited about that. And there is a video on the flip through of that, which what I had said in my in that video when I did the flip through is that this will be my 1,000 subscriber giveaway journal, and you need to comment on that video. And the only disclaimer I'm going to make now is I will not be able to do international winners just because I had such a hassle with this last time. I had 2 winners for my 500 subscriber giveaway, and the second winner, it was going to take me or cost me how I had originally planned to mail it. It was going to Pakistan. I've never done international. I mean, I've mailed stuff to Canada before, and an envelope to the UK, but that package to Pakistan, it didn't even weigh like maybe 4 pounds, and it was going to cost over $100. And I can't afford $100 shipping. I ended up getting it down to just under $40. but still, I can't afford to send a free journal for $40 out of state. That just is not in my budget. And I hate to say, if you are a winner and you're in the state or outside of the United States, then you'd have to pay for shipping, because that's pretty cheesy if you ask me. But, you know, that's how it goes. Okay, so these are going to be the inside covers. And, you know, after I gessoed this, I didn't realize that I didn't need to do the whole thing. I only needed to do the inside here and the edges, because this is actually what's going to be the outside. It's dry enough now that I can flip that over. So what side do I want? And I'm not going to bother to iron it, because if I put that on the front, I'll probably end up covering it. So we'll make that the back, and I suppose it doesn't really matter at this point. I'm not going to iron this though, because is it big enough? Because once I put all the glue down, it's going to smooth out when it's going to flatten out when I smooth down the fabric. I can't talk today, y'all. I am so sorry. But my doctor put me on a hormone therapy replacement, and I think I screwed that up already, because I have morning pills and I have evening pills, and I think I took my evening pills twice, which would have been the February 28th. And so yesterday I was so not well. Yeah, I did not sleep at all the last night, February 28th. I was up at like 12:30 yesterday morning, so it was not a good day. So I didn't get anything done yesterday. Nothing. Actually, the only thing I got done yesterday was me taking that picture of the 3 fabrics that I pulled out to ask what y'all think would be best. And that was as far as I got in my craft room yesterday, because I just was not feeling it. Okay, so you see how those wrinkles kind of smoothed out? And it's grungy anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Okay. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do a hidden spine or not. But I can say that I have been doing hidden spines a lot more lately. And that dried out really quick. And I really like the way that looks. But I also like the way the strings look on the outside. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I have made myself a few journals. Like when I first started doing the Happy Mail, I saved all the envelopes that I got, and I was able to make 2 journals out of 10 envelopes each. I do have more Happy Mail than that, but I got really busy and I was unable to craft for just myself. So yeah, so that's what happened. I don't know what else to tell you. It's a beautiful day here. Bike week is coming up, and I live in southern Georgia, and so Florida is not that far away. I don't even know where bike week is. My husband, I'm not into that. My husband's best friend came down from Ohio, and they're all excited to go to bike week. And I'm excited for them to go because I get more work done when he's not here. So I hope he has fun. And he actually did have to work today. And so him and his friend are out working, but that's okay. They're gonna go out and have some fun when they're done working. So I'm just trying to get the glue off my finger there. Okay, so that's dry enough. And I do the same thing with the corners here. Just because I never end up, right, and that's probably too much, but I never end up, I either cut off too much or I don't cut off enough. But I used to never cut the corners on these, and then I realized that the majority of the journals that I make, when I don't cut these corners off, I'm terrible at it, at cutting them off, but it just, if I cut it any closer, I will probably end up showing the edge. And right now I cannot find my book corners. I've rearranged my office, or my craft, I keep calling it office. It's not an office anymore, it's craft room. But I've rearranged so many times I can't find stuff. As a matter of fact, right before I started filming this video here, I was looking for my heat gun so I could dry that quickly. And I used it the other day and I didn't put it back. Some things have a definite home and some things do not, but I'm trying to get down that flow, right? You know how you have things set out and they're there because it works best for you. Like, you don't even have to look, you just have to reach, and you know exactly where whatever it is going to be that you're looking for. And I haven't found that flow yet, so I keep moving things. And yeah, I can't, y'all, I move things around so much that I've lost my 6-inch corkback ruler like 6 months ago, and I still have not found it yet. And since I know that it's somewhere in this room, I don't want to spend the money to buy a new one because I know it's here somewhere. But I can't find it, which tells me that it's probably, we're just going to fold that in to fold it down. Sorry if my hand was in the way. It's got to be in here somewhere, you know. I mean, I'm getting closer to a clean floor, which was the finish at February. I was not able to get everything off the floor, but I was able to get enough off so that I'm not tripping over things anymore, because I have so many bins. And if you're new to my channel, the last few videos that I've done were actually, I just picked up one bin, dumped it on the desk, and crafted my way to the surface. That's the only way that I was able to get a lot of that stuff off the floor. You know, and if it's not in bins, it's like I have stacks of magazines that just need to be gone through, because I've been using a lot of magazine pictures lately. And I'm sorry if I'm out of screen. I have not, we got a new internet company, and it won't let me airdrop to my TV anymore. And so this is a little bit lumpy, and I'm going to show you how I fix that when I get all of this down. All right, and that doesn't have to be squished out because it's going to be covered, and you're not going to see any glue seepage right there. But yeah, and I still have a ton of black and white fabric left. But I actually still might make that quilt anyway. But I was going to make, I follow a couple of quilting channels too, and I think it's either the Quilted Forest or So Charming. I can't get that. That they did a, I don't, I don't have enough room here. They were doing a series on 2.5-inch wide strips, and they showed one video on what to do with them, and it came out really cool. It looks like a river, and so the colors the guy had chosen was black and white and yellow, and that would look really cool. So this is just jewelry pliers, and I just squish these down and make them flat because the glue is not 100% dry yet, and so it's gonna conform to how I want it to go. Maybe. Where's okay, that's a little not all the way in the corner there. Okay. And if all else fails, use a hammer. I've done that before and it flattened it right out. Okay. Right, and just squish, squish, squish. All right. How's that one? Little squish, little squish. But yeah, I mentioned Kerry the Crafter earlier because I really wanted to join his challenge this month, but I just have so much to do. I just can't do it. But okay, and that's on a crease, so I'm going to tear just a little bit more off of that. Because the reason why I wanted to do it is because a lot of the videos that are popping up in my feed lately are mixed media videos. Yeah, we're going to put this way. And I need to trim just a little bit more off. And I do have a gel plate. Actually, I have a couple of gel plates. And I just haven't found the time to break it out. But I've done a few sessions, if you will. Okay, just flatten that out. This crease is going to come out when we get it down all the way. But I'm hoping that I can get some black and white prints done for some of the pages. I do have some pages printed out, but I want to include some mixed media in there as well. Okay, and I don't have to squish this out. It just needs to go down. Oh, I'm gonna squish that out because I don't. Yeah, I'm over here talking to myself, mumbling. Y'all probably can't understand me. Okay, I'm really excited for the way this is going to come out. So, and I don't know if you can see through the video, but I can still see that's why I gessoed the whole thing, even though I know that was really not necessary. All I needed to gesso was the edges and the creases there, but that's okay. I wasn't thinking. I just wanted to hurry up and get set up so I could get this video done. And I had to wait for my hubby and his friend to vacate the premises. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to put that as my back. Okay, so now that I have that down. Okay, so these were landscape, and it actually is supposed to go this way because these are flowers. and I'm going to put them that way. Okay, and I always put the edges down, or the inside covers down first, and then I do the center, just because I can center it better that way. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about a closure. All right, well, we're going to have to do something else, because this glue will probably dry too quick. But I will, I have black thread in there right now, and I won't be able to do it right now because I would want this to dry a little bit more, but I'm going to sew around the edges. Okay. Oh, that moved a little bit too much. And this is just for stability. And I will be putting this under a heavy book to keep it flat. Or well, probably actually a couple of heavy books, just because I don't think I have one that's big enough to cover the whole thing. All right, and this is the tedious part, y'all. And unfortunately, I don't know how to edit. So please bear with me. That's one of the things on my list of things to learn how to do this year, is edit. But, you know, at the same time, I don't really want to edit, because I want to leave in the mistakes, because I've seen it where I've seen videos before of crafters. They just craft along and they edit out all the stuff that they deem to be a mistake, and then they don't always let you know how they fixed that mistake. And, you know, I mean, I haven't been doing this a gazillion years or anything. I've been making journals for a few years now. I think I started when 2022. So it's been a minute, but you know, there's always things to learn. So I'm trying, okay. Yeah, we'll just put that way. Oh, I suppose I could have put it the other way so I had more variation. But I'm going to end up sewing even this center section there. But I'll do that later. And I'll do that off camera since I don't know how to edit. I don't want to bore y'all by watching me sew around the whole thing. Although when you do, if you do sew, you have to do it in a certain way. Like, you know, you have to put that, because the paper needs to stretch and the fabric needs to stretch a little bit too, just so it will close properly. Oh, I'm so glad you can't see my whole desk, y'all, because right to the left of me is a disaster area, which part of my Finish It February is still on my desk. Right there. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to see maybe about the inside covers here, breaking out the mixed media, taking out the paints. But I wanted to, but it'll still be black and white, but I got to check my stencils and see what I can come up with that I think is cool enough to go on here. But that's the basis of it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take a black thread and stitch all like this. I think I will do a hidden spine, but that's going to have to be later this afternoon so I can have this dry enough to put it through my sewing machine. So there you go. And you can still see a little bit of wrinkles right there, but you have to look really darn close in order to see them. So I hope everyone is having a crafty day and a good March so far. Stay tuned for the next episode of 12 by 12 Junk Journal Challenge 2025. Happy crafting!